It's beautiful. That's color, I tell you. This is my idea. What a character. Good golly. Now, you see, I insisted the by name be first, in case the movie did well. This is the second of a long series of vacation movies, and it's notable that in each one, we changed the kids so that they would stay the same age, even as I aged by some 40 years. And Beverly seemed to stay the same age throughout. Eric Idle, as you know, was one of the great Monty Python players and writers, and I've written a couple scripts with him. He's one of the greatest guys around. Well, Pem Herring, very good editor. Bob Painter is one of the great directors of photography in England. We had to use crews from England and France and various places, but not here.
It's time for America's favorite game show, Pig in a Poke.
Pig in a poke, it pays to be a glutton. Pig in a poke. Oink, oink, oink. Pig in a poke, you could win all or nothing.
This is sad to come from SNL and the National Lampoon and end up like this. It's very sad. On the other hand, it's pretty funny. I still have that pig costume, and I wear it on Halloween with my kids.
So Kent Wheatdale.
Well, Clark, it's time for your big decision. Are you going to keep what's in the poke, or are you going to risk everything and go for the big prize? Johnny, remind our good folks what they have already won.
The supercharged Honda 750 motorcycle. A dream kitchen with brand new major appliances. And for Clark, the king of the family, a 10-year supply of Regal car polish, the car wax of royalty.
But first, Clark, why don't you remind our audience who you are and what you do?
Okay, Kent, I'm Clark W. Griswold. I'm in food additives and condiments, not preservatives.
Not preservative.
I like that concept, so I added it.
Well, what about family, Clark?
This is my wife, Ellen, and my son, Rusty, and my daughter, Audrey.
Hello, Ellen.
Usually I forget Audrey's name in these movies.
Hi, Rusty. And
Oh, yeah, I remember this.
well, Clark, you've won some fantastic prizes.
Very funny in the Addams Family, very funny actor.
You want to risk
These
everything?
are very funny costumes. I still have the entire costume 17 years later.
Oh, boy.
Clark, let's just keep what we have. I love the senior cappuccino.
Dad, don't do it. Nobody ever wins a grand prize.
Kent, we decided. Oink, oink. We'll be pigs.
It's notable that it's spelled W-A-L-D in the first two movies, and in the Christmas Vacation, we spelled it with an O. Griswold. Who knows how we should spell it? But nobody checked, any more than they checked to see if the kids were the same.
The Frogers. Clark, no one's ever beaten the Frogers.
Now, Mr. Frost.
One of these guys is a very good playwright, I believe, screenwriter. Him.
Prize in 1967. My wife won hers in 1970. Our son Mo has just been elected to the board of Microtech. That's a computer software corporation. And our daughter Ruth, she's just become the youngest female ever to be accepted at Harvard Law School.
Well, good luck to all of you. And now let's take a look at our categories. Johnny?
Pharmacology, American explorers, chronology of the pharaohs, the geography of the brain, and history of...
I kid when I say I thought of these things a lot of the time, but that final set of shots that in the scene, that's where the improvisation and extemporaneous quality comes into play, and where you have actors who do that and enjoy that, such as myself and Beverly and If you watch Bob De Niro and Chuck Grodin in that picture they did, you could notice that Bob is always looking over his shoulder to see if Chuck's upstaging him. There is a quality of, I'm not quite sure what they're going to do next. I'm going to stay in character, but I'm going to keep my eyes open.
Too bad.
Yes.
Frogers, quickly. You're the champions if you get the correct answer.
Kent, the pyramidal tracts are a complex of multisynaptic lower motor neurons which interconnect the basal ganglia with the reticular formation.
I'm sorry, you said lower motor neurons. The correct answer, of course, is upper motor neurons.
Upper.
Well, nobody wins.
Not very much like Clark Griswold there, but more like me, trying to get a laugh.
American Explorer.
Certainly one doesn't want to be typecast. On the other hand, I have no problem with people saying I loved you in the Vacation movies. It's very much fun for me to play that character. I know him inside out. The question of whether I'm really anything like him, no. The answer would be no, I'm not really anything like him. I like playing the comedy of that character. I'm much more like the character of Fletch or Ty Webb in Caddyshack, than I am like Clark Griswold. But something about Harold Ramis's direction in the first Vacation, which I think set in stone the character of Clark Griswold for me, the way Harold suggested I play him, made sense to me, and ever since then I've played that character the same way. It means as much to me as the shark from SNL. Notice how he hugged my daughter again a little too closely. I like the idea that there's a pederast for the host.
Won a fabulous European vacation.
I spent a good deal of my time there trying to get those guards to actually move or laugh.
You'll never forget.
On to Germany, where you'll enjoy a fine meal at Dieter's on the Ruhr and dance to the gay music of Esther and the Black Forest Girls. Woo! I tell you, it's gonna be some vacation, huh, kids?
I think we've seen this on TV a few times in other commercials.
Mom, why can't Audrey ever do it?
Very nice. Nice physical stuff. I'm looking at that while she's pouring. Don't know she's poured. She didn't know I poured. Any second now.
Clark.
Russ, obey your mother.
Oh, Jack, I can't stand the thought of being away from you for a whole 2 weeks.
Well, it'll be like before we met.
Before we met, my life was horrible and meaningless. Wasn't yours?
Yes, sort of.
Okay. Let's light 'em up.
I backed off like that because I really was getting a little hot.
Audrey, will you please eat something?
All right, now, everybody, let's listen up here. Let's take a look at the map, go over our schedule here, okay?
I still have that T-shirt.
Plane is going to fly us from Chicago to London.
That's Madrid, Dad.
Oh, I think you're right, Russ. This must be one of those old medieval maps.
Yeah, right.
Dad, I've made a decision. I can't leave.
It was a very sweet girl, Dana Hill. She passed away. She had diabetes and looked a lot younger than she was.
Why don't you and I just go alone?
She was a small kid.
Kids don't even want to go.
Good actress.
Of course they wanna
Miss
go.
her.
We're a family. We're going to Europe as a family.
Don't we have a say in this?
Yeah, I think we should have a vote on it.
Okay, I can be big about this. Now we're a democracy, okay? Everybody gets a vote.
Right, who's going to be president?
All right, we'll vote on that. We'll have a secret ballot here. You write down your choice. Give it to your mother. Here you go, Russ.
If you just watch Beverly at any time, you'll find that she's always in character, but always not quite expecting what I'll do next, but ready to go with it. Great actress. Here we go. Watch her.
One for Jack.
The way she says Jack, I love it.
One for Clark.
Okay, that's 2 for Clark. Now, as president of the Griswold Republic, I move we go to Europe. Jack, you wait here.
Now, this scene came about basically as in the first one, when Beverly was able to show part of her body. She was a little upset that Christy had to show part of hers, and she wanted to prove that she could show as much and better, which was true. And here, we're just getting an example of how funny she is and what a great comedian. She can really sing. She's a delightful, one of the funniest and brightest actresses I've ever known. Great person. Just had twins with Al Pacino.
Wait a minute. Okay.
The minute you walked in the joint, I could see you were a man of distinction. distinction, a real big spender. Good looking, so refined.
That happens to be my own video camera. In fact, I don't have it anymore, but it was at the time. And I actually was videotaping. It's amazing how video cameras have changed over the years. Now, that little eyepiece is the size of my video camera.
Time with me.
Stop, honey.
Now, that is not a face I normally use with my wife.
Sexy. I love you. Geez, the pig in the poke itinerary is just great. Now they've worked it out to the exact minute. You won't miss a thing, honey.
Clark, why don't we just forget the pig in the poke itinerary and play it by ear, like normal people?
I notice I'm wearing my own clothes.
With the Griswolds.
Oh, boy.
Oh, and kids, I've saved the big surprise for last.
We're turning around and going home.
No, Audrey. We're visiting my relatives in Germany.
Not if we don't vote for it.
You'll vote for it, Russ.
Why should I?
Because they just raised your allowance.
This here was shot somewhere in Burbank, in a, jet. I think we had to find a 757.
Would you like something to drink?
Ellen, you want something?
No, thank you.
I'll have a Coke.
Do you want that in the can?
No, I'll have it right here.
Would you like it in the can? No, I'll have it right here. It's a good joke.
Honey, push French. Give me a French word.
Souffle.
Souffle. All right. Push English. Get an instant translation. Souffle means souffle. It's got to mean something else. Wait.
Lord and Lady Ponsonby smile.
I remember thinking that Queen sort of looked like the Queen.
The Baron von Richthofen.
What's going on here?
Mr. and Mrs. Clark and Ellen.
That's hilarious.
He came!
Marvelous.
Griswold. Wonderful.
Hey, Chuck. How are you? Good to see you again.
Beautiful.
Of course, none of these people look like the real person.
This is my wife, Ellen. Di.
Good God.
How are you?
Clark, I do hope we could have the first dance.
Oh, there you go again, Di. Listen, as you well know, the only princess in my life is my wife. And she gets the first dance. Sorry.
No, Clark, wait.
Sorry.
Wait, Clark.
So this is all a dream sequence, obviously, and as I was saying, the Queen looked like the Queen. The rest of them didn't quite make it. Prince Charles was about 3'2". But they were lookalikes.
But you can't tell how hot till you try. Some like it hot, so let's turn up the heat till we fry. The girl is outside.
Now my kids are teenagers, I understand it. And this is, of course, Audrey's dream. Oh, I remember this now. These are actually the hills where they filmed Sound of Music, and I'm actually running on the same hill, I believe, that Julie was. Wondering, why am I doing this? Yeah, that's actually me singing. And I can sing better than that, trust me. It's really me, Clark, singing. It's me as Clark Griswold singing.
I'm feeling so high that I just can't stand.
We did that in post in Burbank.
Been here for at least a week.
Here you are, Gaff. The Royal Imperial Winter Hotel.
With this cab driver here and these suitcases, I remember this very well now. The idea was to hit him as much as possible and not make it look like I didn't know. And he was good. I think he was a stunt guy. It's my favorite kind of comedy, frankly.
I've got these
Yeah,
bags
well, I
here.
hope you can, sir. I mean,
My forte.
There, I got it. Ellen, do you have any money? Okay, would you pay?
No problem.
That's a very fine run of physical stuff. And this was the concept, the idea that they'd only have cheese, films about cheese in England was kind of a thought that I had that I believe I shared with Bob Klain. Trying to think what would be the worst thing.
Top of the evening. I'm Clark W. Griswold.
This guy became famous.
States of America, and I believe we have reservations for 4. Oh,
No, you're a scupper, mate. It's all one reels of cotton, so you place it full of macaroons. Of course, I'm cooking. I'm going bone to my old mate Jim to spare down Whitechapel one.
Daddy, speaking English.
yeah, I know.
We got this from...
Actually, it's Cockney, and
They said there'd be room
what he's
for
saying
rental
is not
waiting for us.
translatable, really.
Grand prize winners.
Oink.
Oink, oink, oink. We'll be pigs. Oink.
We're pigs.
We're pigs.
Oh, the Yanks, yeah.
I like this move with the mother.
You got anybody to help with the luggage?
Oh, sure. Mum.
Oh, no, please, really, no. Kids, come on, help me out, will you? No, please. I mean, this is ridiculous.
65 rooms, tastefully decorated, all with private bathroom and shower, color television, radio, and telephone. Deluxe accommodations at the sumptuous Royal Imperial Windsor Arms. Combines old world charm and modern convenience. Clark, does this look like the room in the brochure?
Well, no, honey, I think they shot this picture from another angle. Or they repainted it. It's very quaint. I like it.
Well, I'm sure it'll look much better after I've had a hot bath.
Well, the bed's nice and soft.
Clark,
That's why I have arthritis to this day, with those things.
There's a bathroom. Europeans go to the bathroom, don't they? Maybe they don't.
Cheeses. I'm in a great variety.
It's not bad. I thought this film stank. It's not bad at all. It's got some funny shtick.
No MTV.
I think that's all there are, Russ.
No.
Cheeses.
More cheese. Endless cheese.
No.
Just think of it. Shopping on Bond Street, Bobby's, fish and chips, Big Ben, shopping on Carnaby Street. It's gonna be so romantic.
It always bothered me that we didn't keep the same key when we were whistling in the post. But it's still a funny scene.
I'm feeling very naughty tonight.
Oh, sorry. Congratulations. 1, 2, 3.
I noticed watching this that the character of Clark seems to change in every movie.
To ensure that they mature even.
What can I do for you?
I want to leave a wake-up call for 7 a.m. if you please. Good night.
You're in bed already. I left a wake-up call, honey. Get an early start.
Only a great actor can change his character each film. Just keep the audience guessing. I remember feeling sorry for this poor woman.
I've been waiting for this. I can't believe we're alone at last. Just you and me.
I'm so horny.
And these bubbles, they make me feel so, you know.
I think he's famous now, too.
You know.
Ellen? Why don't you stop shaving your legs, honey?
Oh, that's right.
Why don't you
Really
just
weird.
jump in here with me? Bun, 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 bun.
It was not something Beverly really wanted to do.
I think I made a mistake. I'm sorry. Is my wife in here?
No.
I get so confused with all the numerous doors in the hotel. I guess this happens all the time, huh?
No.
No. Could you unlock your legs from my leg, please?
No.
My right leg is asleep. If I could just... Oh, no. Thank you. Really. Please don't.
It's really hot for you in here, is it?
It's hot, yeah.
Yeah, really hot.
My...
I could just do that. And
I've
feel a little more.
got a mild case of herpes. Easier if I got out.
Must be awful
Let me
for you.
just check.
Yeah.
I'll get a wake-up call first.
Things like that are just sort of winged.
You won't believe what happened. I was in the bathroom,
I've been
completely in
up
the
and down these
bathtub,
hallways
and then suddenly
looking
this
for
great big infect.
Extemporaneous.
I was so embarrassed you can imagine how embarrassed
I don't even know where our room is.
It's right here.
Now, Beverly and I came up with that concept together. We just loved doing comedy together.
Our English transportation. Now we're gonna have some fun, huh?
Like, I love all the physical stuff. It's from Caddyshack, where I was on the wrong side of the Rolls Royce. Same act. Oh. This has all been written to show how forgiving and terrific the Brits are. Like, they just accept everything. I think a lot of this was Eric Idle's input. That they are this way, in fact. It's great fodder for Monty Pythons.
Oh, dear Jack, don't mention it. I've had this bump for ages. Now I've got an excuse to get it fixed.
Listen, I'm fully covered for this.
No. I should be the one who's thanking you.
Well, of course. Thank you, right? There we go. No. Thank you. Sorry again.
As souvenirs, we kept all of the pieces of cars that we kept wrecking.
It's not bad in England, huh? God, I must say, the English are certainly,
There we go. I like this guy. He's typically, House of Commons, House of Lords.
We seem to run in a bit of trouble, what?
I'm really sorry. I'm just trying to get us back to our hotel.
An American.
Yeah,
I'm delighted to meet you.
Thank you.
I hope you're enjoying our country.
Well, we are. If I get the driving.
Always polite, always love the Americans.
There's no trouble at
Oh,
all.
well, that's so
I
nice.
mean, for most thing, I was driving on the right side of the road, which goes to the left side of the road. I mean,
Yeah, that's the whole problem. Listen, let me just get this for you.
No.
The least I can do is get it back on your car.
I like this hat. It reminded me of Jacques Tati and Hulot's Holiday, who did some of the greatest physical comedy. There we go, another souvenir.
Have a good day.
And now coming up,
So long. Thanks again. Well, I think
wonderful piece right here. Here goes Eric.
Oh, please let me help
And of course, he taped his wrist. You'll see later what I mean.
No problem, Squire. No harm done. Yes, it doesn't hurt much at all.
Let me pay for the damage.
Oh, good heavens, no need for money. No.
Are you sure?
Oh, yes, be perfectly all right.
Can I get you some help? I can get to a phone or something.
Help? No.
Clark, maybe he knows how to get to the hotel.
Oh, yeah. I hate to bother you, but we're from the United States. We're staying at the Royal Imperial Windsor Arms.
Royal Imperial Windsor. Ah, very nice hotel.
Well, yeah, we like it. It's a little small.
Yeah. Well, you go back the way you came, and you just keep going to...
Oh, my God.
I think you've got a bad cut there. We better get you to the hospital.
It's just a flesh wound, honestly.
Are you sure?
Nothing to write home about. No need to bother, matron.
Did you say left or right up there?
Just a left, yeah.
Here he just winged these lines. No need to write home
Oh,
about.
it's just a leg, honestly. I've got another one. Yeah, no, I'll just pop into the chemist. Be right as rain in the morning. The final is until Sunday.
Oh, good. Well,
Oh, sorry to bother you. You haven't seen a bike round here, have you?
Oh, yeah, sure. It's right here under the car. Let me get it for you. Tire isn't flat, so we're in good shape.
Oh.
Gee, thanks an awful lot for the directions, and I'm awfully sorry.
We loved this so much, we just kept it as a running gag all through the picture. That Eric would somehow get involved and get hurt and still be polite. And it would be me hurting him. This I hear more comment on all the time. People saying, geez, you know, when I was in London, the same problem. Couldn't get left. Couldn't get out of that rotary.
There it is, there it is, there it is.
I know. I can't seem to get over to the left, honey. I'll try next time. Sorry. We'll get out of this jam in a minute. Kids, Big Ben, Parliament again.
Fact is, I couldn't get left, no matter what.
No, Big Ben.
Parliament. God, son of a bitch! Look, kids, forget it.
It's all basically physical, all comedy. Right here, too.
I cannot get left. There's Big Ben, kids, Parliament. I don't know.
I think I sort of stole that from the guy in the Clouseau movies, who was driven nuts by Peter Sellers.
Things stands clear.
Beer after beer.
If you got the time, we got the beer.
Reach out and touch someone.
These are all commercials that were familiar on television during that time,
What's the matter, Audrey?
1985.
I can't stand it. I'll never make it through a whole 2 weeks.
2 weeks is nothing.
Oh,
I recently saw Jason Lively, who's not in the business anymore, but making a good living at something that he really enjoys. And I can't remember what that was, but he seemed distinguished and well off.
That's what.
I bet he wouldn't even notice it if you kept it short.
Okay, look, I'll just say hello and goodbye. Short.
I wonder if anything's good on TV. Should I watch cheese or snow? Hello?
Hello, Jack? Hey, oh, God, Jack, I miss you so much. Do you miss me?
Oh, yeah.
Really? Yeah. Oh, I miss you so much it hurts.
You do?
Yeah.
Look, I gotta go.
What?
I gotta eat.
Oh, your mom's
I
calling.
miss Dana. She was a terrific kid.
I'll hold.
Dad, can we stop? I'm hungry.
Yeah, Dad, Rusty's hungry.
Not now, kids. We got a schedule to keep.
I remember there was a line about what does a queen do, and I had this joke. She queens and vacuums. I don't know that Amy let me say vacuums.
That's the way I want my haircut, Dad.
Oh, Russ, you don't want to look like a rooster, do you?
A rooster.
Hey, there's Buckingham Palace, kids.
I kept trying to make these guys laugh. They wouldn't budge. The ones that stand.
Vacuums. Okay. We'd like to check out, please.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Mr. Greaseball. I'll just tally up your bill for you.
Mark, do you really think we're going to have time to see Stonehenge?
Honey, there's no problem. I've calculated the distance and the driving time, and if we don't stop for lunch, we'll make the plane to Paris.
I'm so sick of English food. I feel like a blimp. You look fine.
Don't I just have to sign this? I think the pig and the poke people will take care of it.
It doesn't include a telephone bill.
Oh, well, that's no problem. We just made a couple local calls.
Right, that'll be 253 American dollars.
This must be some mistake.
How could that be?
Who the hell called Chicago? Audrey!
Oh, now, Audrey, your father didn't really mean what he said. Yes, he did. No, not really, honey. He has nothing against Jack. He's not really going to cut off his balls. Are you, Clark? Clark?
Okay, I won't.
Look, why don't we all just relax and enjoy the countryside?
That piece was done in a studio there.
That's centuries to you and me. Charming, isn't it?
But we did make this drive. That is rear screen projection.
That's the reason, Russ. The English settled Massachusetts. The old Pilgrims. Plymouth Rock. That's where it all started. And speaking of...
That thing with the eyes is something Beverly loves. She thinks it identifies the character. And we made our own Stonehenge, which was about maybe 2/3 scale or half scale, something like that. Here it is.
What the hell is this?
Nobody knows for sure, Russ. Some people think it's a calendar, others think it's an astronomer's tool. You know, a lot of people think this was built by men from outer space.
Oh, Clark, the consensus is that it's an ancient timepiece built by the ancient Druids.
Well, whatever. It's been here a long time.
Since 2,000 years before Christ.
It's bound to be here 1,000 more.
Not if I have my way.
Russ?
Yeah.
That's my favorite thing right there. I love doing that in every movie. Yelling for Russ, and he's right there.
This must be where they sacrificed virgins. God, I miss Jack. We've got to go if we want to catch that plane.
You're right, honey. Whew. Let's go, Russ.
Come on.
Great joke here. The only thing that bothered me about it, and I don't think you'll probably run this, is that in the model shot, we don't see the people in cars running away.
Built to stand the test of time and the elements, war.
Here we go. This is very funny.
A thing of glory for 1,000,000 future generations to see. And
Good
we were
music.
here.
Every one of those locks that were built were on hydraulics. So you can tell that they spent a great deal on this joke alone, on the assumption that I could open a movie. I would have slowed that up a touch. That was the model.
The City of Lights. This is the famous left bank, kids. Russ, I bet you can't guess what's on the other side.
The Bank of America.
Okay, everybody get closer to the fountain.
Dad, we can't get any closer.
This is reminding me to look for the tape that I actually shot.
Remember it forever.
Yeah, the Griswolds in front of a fountain. Major entertainment.
Russ, get in the middle.
Clark, why don't you let me take it? You haven't been in any of them.
Okay, I got a good idea. Monsieur, excusez-moi. Clark Griswold, United States of America. My family and I, could you...
I have that sweatshirt in my closet as we speak. That shows you how many clothes I've collected over the years. I actually wear it when I run in the morning.
Le bouton.
Le bouton.
Bouton.
Le bouton. Le bouton.
The Wally World sweatshirt. Marty Moose.
There you go. You two.
Sorry.
Okay. Fromage.
Fromage. Non, fromage. Cheese.
Cheese.
Ah, une idée. Enlevez les chaussures et dans la fontaine. Merveilleux. Oui, les choses dans l'eau. Vous.
Oh, yeah, let's take our shoes off and get in the water.
Oh.
Yeah, okay, yeah, this is fun.
I really wasn't looking forward to that, nor was Beverly. We were thinking about all sorts of bacteria. We didn't know what was in that fountain. But we ended up fine, so. It was a little cold.
Cold.
Parfait. Impeccable. Très bien, bravo.
Hey!
Clark, listen, there isn't anything on that tape that shouldn't be there, is there?
They took my camera, honey. What do you think?
There isn't anything on that tape that shouldn't be there. Remember the that's gone, right? You erased it?
Yeah, I erased that, honey.
Patent lie. Transparent. Here's a good joke, too. Luggage. Another physical one. Some rhymes of Monsieur Hulot. Yeah.
Here we are, kids. Shay Griswold.
Hi, we have a reservation for the honeymoon suite, Mr. and Mrs. Garland. Oh, Clark, look. They must be honeymooners.
Either that or they're Siamese twins.
That's how Jack kisses.
This couple, unfortunately, had to kiss for hours because that's how long it takes to shoot scenes. So that her face was raw from beard burn, whatever you call that. Whisker cheeks. Anyway. By the time we were finished, they probably had triplets. They were kissing so much. That's only one scene. You'll see another one.
May I help you? We're the Clark W. Griswolds. We have a reservation for 2 chambers. We're the grand prize Pick and the Poke winners.
Of course, the word is chambre, but Clark wouldn't know that. He's a dork. Look at him. I'm not this way at home, kids.
No, wait, I got Clark.
Trust me.
I put you.
We don't really speak French.
I don't know. This is our first. Well, honey, what do you think?
See, they're laughing at something else, and I'm not.
I guess I'll go get the kids.
Ah, good idea. We gotta move on.
I think there's another big physical joke coming here that caused me to be in a wheelchair every so often. Those things build up.
All right, here. Just looking for the Bible. There it is. Everybody ready? You got a schedule to keep.
Well, I vote we don't go see any more museums today.
And I vote we don't get anything else to eat.
What's this? Do I detect a note of dissension here?
Yeah, Dad. Paris sucks.
Everybody's so rude. Come on, kids. We're the visitors here.
This isn't Wally World. It's a country. Come on, we're the ambassadors of America here. Now, if we want to be accepted here, we got to try to fit in, speak the language, wear French clothes, and that's why I got us all.
Yes, there's no attempt to disguise the fact that these aren't the same children that went to Wally World. We just go right along. As long as you have Ellen and Clark, it doesn't matter who plays the kids, was the concept. Even though Jason and Dana were terrific.
Listen up. You don't want to look like a tourist, do you?
And if I were to do another vacation, which I would love to, we'd still get kids their age. or Warners would make us get grandchildren.
Stupid. No girl will want to talk to me.
Well, then I guess they'll all talk to me. I vote for berets.
Oh, I second the motion. Berets.
That's 3-1. You lose, fella. Real smooth. Oh, there you are. Now listen, kids. France is world famous for its cuisine, so just about anything's gonna be great. You order what you want. Carconi!
That's my father's joke. Carconieri, Garcon. It's garçon.
Okay. And let's see. Les infant.
But I remember this as being great jokes.
Hamburger and frites.
Quel accent remarquable. Chicago? Peut-être Cleveland.
Coca-Cola for the les infants.
2 champagnes américains.
Yeah. And, oh, votre meilleur vin.
Je vais vous apporter de l'eau de vaisselle.
You know, various insulting remarks. In fact, we had dinner right near this spot, I think across the street the night before.
My femme would like the soufflé fromage. Et moi, I'll have the boil, the veal, the oil.
I know that he's saying something about my wife's beautiful breasts.
Good choice.
Excellente. Brie, the brie?
Et votre fille? Un petit cul?
Just a little brie, yeah. And, well, we'll get that later. Merci beaucoup.
This is, you know, a stereotypical look at the French, and to some degree, the French are very prideful and nationalistic and really don't like American tourists very much, as opposed to the Brits, who are over the top the other way. And that's what we were making fun of. The French are, in fact, totally visual and love great food. They have no sense of music or comic timing, but the food was magnificent.
Well, there she is, kids. The Eiffel Tower. 921 feet of historic landmark. That's more than an acre to you and me, Ross.
Did you know?
And as I said, they're a little bit bloated, a little full of themselves. At least that's the image we were trying to project. Can't speak for all the French that way. Not true.
Let's go up to the top, Dad.
Yeah, come on, let's go.
I spent a good part of the day walking down that with my 2-year-old daughter at the time, who's now 18, 1.5 years old about, and my wife, who was pregnant with my 16-year-old.
It's breathtaking, isn't it?
And we took a little pony ride right around the Eiffel Tower, and we went up the Eiffel Tower. This is between shots, of course.
Thank your father, kids. Thanks, Dad.
These shots had to be taken by building a platform off the side of the tower. We really were on the tower here, where the camera was, and we were way up in the air.
Sculpt something massive. I got a creative urge to. Yeah. I wonder if there's a men's room around here, honey.
That's it's a sort of a scatological physical joke that I didn't think we would get away with, quite frankly.
hats you're taking?
Oh, no, they're silly.
Come on, I'll buy one for Jack.
Okay.
But as I watched this picture, I noticed that most all of the big laughs are not funny jokes or joke lines, but they're physical things. Unlike many comedies that I see today, well, I don't see that many, to be honest with you, but I'm drawn to that, and I think in watching the vacation movies, the best stuff is generally a physical thing. Meaning, what's going to be the next sort of pratfall type joke? And you know it's coming up here.
Rusty.
A little empathy for Rusty, and yet...
Russ, what's wrong?
I feel like an idiot because of the stupid hat you made me wear.
Russ, come here a minute. I want to talk to you. A couple of things here. First of all, you're never an idiot, okay? You're a Griswold. You understand that? Huh?
Yeah.
All right. Second of all, Russ, you know I'd never do anything to injure you. You know I'd never do anything to hurt my opinion of myself, right?
Yeah.
So, if the beret bothers you, it bothers me. If it upsets you, it upsets me. Okay?
Can you see where this is going? I can. We had to do that so nobody would really think that we hurt a dog.
Wait till you see what I got. Now, I only got this because the sales lady said it's a one-of-a-kind, and I'll never find anything else like it, and I know it's really silly, but I only got it for you.
Oh, honey, I don't think I'd want the kids to see me in something like this.
Sparky, it's our first night in Paris. Why don't we do something romantic?
We are, honey. I'm going to take you out to dinner.
Out? I felt like staying in. I thought it would be really nice to be alone.
Honey.
Beverly came up with Sparky. She figured that would be a good name for me.
Come on, cheer up. I promised you a night on the town, didn't I? Come on, we're going to go see some friends.
She still calls me Sparky. If I call her on the phone, she calls me Sparky. This, in fact, was a topless show and that I had never seen the likes of before. But, of course, for the purposes of the movie, they were dressed.
Bravo! I'm calling a foul!
Sandwiches feet hip distance apart, stumps pulled in, buttocks tight.
See, here they literally, well, you can see it. I don't remember showing it in the theaters this way. I'm pretending to do the actual. Look at the guy on my right.
Isn't this great, honey? They've been doing this for eons in France. This is real culture.
Exhale and raise them over your head. Now reach with the right arm.
Clark, can I have the code check, please? I think I've had enough French culture for one evening.
Huh? Yeah, sure, honey.
Look.
I am looking.
Look, back there.
But it's just a hooker. They're all over the place.
Look who she's with.
I was a little bit against this image of Rusty, but it tended to work for the movie.
Russell Griswold.
Oink, oink, my good man.
How'd you get in there?
I paid and I got in.
Where did you get the money?
I'm surprised at you, Russ.
I'm surprised at you, Dad.
Don't talk back to your father.
And who was that cheap slut you were with?
Don't call Cherie a slut.
I must say I'm disappointed in you, Rusty.
Well, who keeps saying when in Rome, do as the Romans do?
I said Rome, not Paris. This is Paris, and you're drunk.
That was about take 20, running up those steps, I remember. The light wasn't quite right, there was people in the way. And the props came up with a camera that just would shoot these Polaroids out so fast you never get them. Oh, there we are. I think I did that in the beginning of Foul Play, too. I tend to repeat my jokes in every film I do.
Just let me have it for a little while.
Just in case you haven't seen any of the others.
Give them to me.
I told you no.
Said give them to me.
Forget it. You always take them. I don't have them. God, look what you did to them.
I said give them to me. They're mine. I tell you that they're mine. Come on, let's go.
Clark!
What?
Will you please slow down? The kids are exhausted.
Honey, it closes in 15 minutes or 100,000 works of art to see. Come on.
Point of fact, it takes a good week at the Louvre.
Great. Are you happy, Dad? She's dead.
If you remember the first Vacation, there was, "Are you happy now, Clark?" She's deaf.
Allez hop, t'occupe, t'inquiète, touche pas ma planète. It's not today que le ciel me tombera sur la tête.
It's my favorite song. It is a remarkable museum, and I spent what little time I had off in that museum.
Well, I must say I'm really proud of you guys. We've seen just about everything you can see in Paris, and we're right back on schedule.
Here we go, this poor couple.
A little bit, Clark. I'm exhausted.
Well, we'll have a nice, relaxing time with my relatives in Germany.
How they could continue to like each other after 100 takes, various angles of kissing. Beyond me.
Seen the Louvre yet?
Not yet. The left bank is charming. Oh, yeah? We plan to go there.
Been up the Eiffel Tower yet?
Nope, but it's on our list.
Well, have a good time.
Yeah.
What a waste. We've seen 10 times as much as they have. All right, little sweetie, you hungry? You want some breakfast?
I'm not hungry.
Hey, Daddy's got his hands on our tits right there at the table.
Stop staring, Rusty.
Rusty, European standards of public behavior are very different than in America's.
Yeah, Dad, but they're from Akron. What else, madam?
I didn't think tits was the right thing to say.
The shit out of you. Luckily, Debbie's been coming by to cheer me up.
That bitch!
Is something the matter, Audrey?
No.
I think it's time we asked ourselves this question. Is this relationship
The
strong?
Griswolds should never be salacious or lascivious. There's a little bit of that quality here, with such words as tits or him and a prostitute.
You're getting your appetite back.
Kind of upset me. However, I love this line.
Dad, I think he's gonna pork her.
He's not going to pork her, Rusty. Just eat, okay?
I think he is, Dad.
He may pork her, Russ. Just eat, okay?
He may pork her. Such a great song that you just associate with vacation movies all the time. And that beautiful countryside. We were in these places. Not far from where we shot me singing The Hills Are Alive, the Sound of Griswold.
Well, there it is, kids. My motherland.
Dad, Grandma's from Chicago.
Shut up, Russ.
I can't wait to meet our relatives in person.
Okay. Dipplestrabe.
Not from Dipplestrabe.
Sex, Daddy.
That'll do, Audrey.
Dad, that's German for 6.
And this is a little town not far from the border. This is at the very northern part of Italy in the Alps.
Guten Tag. My family and I are looking for sex.
Violent.
See, the number 6 is sex in German. Eins, zwei, drei, vier, fünf. Sex.
Fritz! Fritz, Clark Griswold, how are you? Good to see you. Remember Ellen from her letters? There she is, the real thing. And Rusty and Audrey. They've gotten a lot bigger since the pictures. Yeah. Sorry we're late. I went to the wrong door. Thanks so much for the invitation. Helga! Helga!
I don't know that I would have given that away so early. But it's okay.
Oh, Clark, it's just as I imagined. It's so quaint.
Yeah. Now
maximum quaintness.
Ah, you must be Helga. We made it. You know Ellen, my wife, and Rusty and Audrey?
Helga! Oh!
We're here.
Let me give
The name of the town is a very Italian name. It's Bressanone. That's where we shot this. And as I said, in northern Italy.
How you been? Long time never seen. Oh, God, look at this.
Again, we get into some sort of sexual stuff here that I just found a little distasteful for the Griswolds. Although in my real life, I'm wearing women's underwear.
And here's your cousin Al. He's a hotshot lawyer now. They'll probably get him on tax evasion. Oh, yeah, and here's the baby. You don't believe that cock and bull story about the baby being premature, do you?
Clark.
I didn't think so.
I mean...
Madeline Smith, and I think she was probably one of the best actresses I've ever worked with.
Like, Debbie's my best friend and all, don't you think? Oh, God, it's so good to have somebody to talk to. I mean, my parents mean well and all, but I try and tell them stuff, and they just don't seem to know what I'm talking about.
What are you talking about, hon?
You see? God, I miss Jack.
You know, I was just thinking, honey, blood really is thicker than water. It's amazing to me how family ties break through the language barrier.
Oh, Sparky, this has been my favorite part of the trip.
Hey, Dad, look. Bedpans.
I love spit takes. Anytime I can do a spit take, I'll do the picture.
When you come to Chicago, you come and stay with us.
Okay, I'll be saying.
Thank you for the marvelous conversation. Bye.
Bye. Bye. I'll be the same. We'll write. Bye.
Goodbye.
Wer zum Teufel waren die Leute?
Ich weiß es doch nicht.
Beautiful language, isn't it?
Ooh, festival.
Only Rainer Maria Rilke could make it sound like a language.
Come on, kids.
Now, we are still in the town of Bressanone, where they do, in fact, dance. Here it was about, in this Germanic customary dance. Very complicated dance, only about a third of which I could really learn in the time we had. And when we shot this, it was about 30 degrees out, as I remember. It was very cold. But we had to make it look like this summer. Of course, I'm talking about the time we shot the part where I'm dancing. But these guys are quite amazing. If you really watch them, look at that stuff. Can you imagine us having that tradition in America?
What's your name?
Claudia. And yours?
I'm Rusty.
Hello. Guten Tag, huh?
Oh, guten Tag. So, do you ever get to leave here?
Thank you.
What's so funny? This is great, isn't it?
Oh, Dad, I love these.
Who wants Bradford's mustard and relish?
Again, I found this inappropriate on the one hand. On the other hand, I thought she was a delightful-looking girl. And I was jealous. Not really. But here I felt, really? The Griswolds? I mean...
Holy shit.
I'm sure Jason was very happy.
Very good. We need one more. One more. Big, strong man. Yeah.
Come on, Dad.
Now we are. I'm about to get up. Now, as I said, it was an extremely cold morning. I think we started around 6 in the morning. By the time I was up there, probably about 10. And, of course, I'll do anything physically for their laugh, trip. These guys are really great dancers, great athletes. For me, I was already, I think, arthritic from too much soccer. But I think it's pretty funny. See, they're wearing the real costume. I got a pretty good one, but they're wearing the... I'm just doing Jerry Lewis, basically. The idea was to make it look like I don't know this, but I'm sort of following them. And in fact, that was the case. I didn't really know it, sort of following them. Now, I remember feeling, I don't want to hurt this guy. On the other hand, it's got to look like I'm... There you are. Do that about 5 takes and your neck feels it for the rest of your life. It amazed me at the time that that this band, which was mostly brass, could stay in tune and play in such cold weather, that their lips weren't sticking to the... It was a breakaway stuff. And now just a bunch of stunt people hitting each other.
Those bells haven't rung in years.
What do they mean?
They're going to hang somebody.
Dad!
It was a beautiful town with very old and narrow streets and absolutely hidden away up in the Alps. As I said, occupied probably by the Nazis during the war. But these streets were quite amazing to me. I had some question as to whether I could actually drive through them. They were so narrow. I don't get much of a laugh out of cars banging into things and knocking them over. It's either funny or it isn't. But this place I remember very well. It was that thin.
Right! Everybody out there, get your face job. Do it. Hurry up, give me the glass. Come on, honey. Hurry on.
Well, this is a very funny physical gag coming up here with I think.
Why the sourpuss, Russ?
You know, you totally won, but could have been the best day of my life back there.
Well, what are you complaining about? I
With the ashtray.
thanks to this vacation.
I vote we don't talk about Jack anymore.
I second it.
I vote for that.
Oh, yeah? Well, I vote we don't talk about schedules anymore. Me too.
I'm for that.
Well, I vote we don't talk at all. How's that? Not until we get to Rome and everybody calms down a little bit. Maybe then we'll be acting like mature human beings.
Well, these are the kinds of things you make up on the spot. The actual improvisation comes sort of during the rehearsal of the scene, just before you re-roll the cameras.
Yes, I do. I know. I know, but no. I know.
I love to do things with my hands.
Is it you? Or is it you? Or you? It's me. Yes, I am. Yes, sir. I surely am. Yes.
'cause I know it.
Ah, the famous Indian burn. Not a word was said in that entire scene, but I find it one of the more delightful scenes in the movie.
Let's go.
Clark!
Uh-oh.
Don't we talk? What?
Looks like Clark's lost it.
Well, we're getting off the train. We're going to go to the nearest traveler's checks place, get our money refunded. We're going to rent a new car. We're going to buy some new clothes. And we're going to finish up the best goddamn vacation of our lives, okay? And it's going to be fun. Now, let's go.
Shades of the first Vacation, where I do that in the car, and then once again, where I lose it in Christmas Vacation, the third Vacation.
Come on, let's get out of here. Hey, what are we gonna do about here? Kill him?
Don't be stupid. We never kill anyone.
Then what do we do?
Hey, I've got a better idea. Maybe we can hold him for ransom. Huh? He must be worth something to someone.
This was absolutely a beautiful and remarkable city. These ruins in Rome were spectacular. And yet we had to work the whole time. I remember feeling lousy about that. Because I've never really been to Rome or parts of Europe where I wasn't just working.
Who will believe anything you...
I'm a stickler for being on time and being ready because I just sense that the crew is the hardest working element. And that they're all as important as I am. I'm just one cog in a larger wheel. So I tend to be at home with the crew, with the grips and the makeup people and the gaffers. And in fact, I have a little thing that I do, but I used to say to the crews on various movies, you can call me by my nickname and don't worry about it. And they'd say, "What's that?" I said, "Asshole." And they'd go, "Hey, asshole, you're up." So I mean, the point really is make the crew feel comfortable. Don't ever make them feel beholden to you. Don't throw tantrums and stay in your trailer until the right thing is done for you, or any of that junk that you read about people doing. It's just junk. It's more fun to get along with everybody and have a happy set.
All right, come on over here. Show yourselves.
This guy is a pretty famous actor in Europe. I don't remember his name now, but I remember thinking, this guy is a pretty famous actor in Europe.
No, excuse me. We lost only $1,000, $3,000.
I remember now. His name is Victor Leno.
Hey, I lost about $200.
Stay quiet. We'll get you out later.
Unfortunately, we somehow misplaced the key to the trunk.
Yeah.
But if you tell me where you're staying, I'll get a new key to your hotel.
Oh, honey, which hotel are we staying in?
The Nazionale.
Oh, very nice.
This is great. I didn't even know you guys rented cars.
Oh, yes. I'll see you then, madame.
Well, what do you say we see some Roman ruins?
Oh, Clark, we've been in these clothes for ages. Why don't we go shopping?
Yeah, I vote for shopping.
Yeah, Dad, I feel totally scuzzed out.
Okay, I'm a sport. I think we'd all look good in some Italian fashions. Got plenty of money.
I find this scene a little bit self-indulgent, like would an audience really care? On the other hand, these stores that we filmed these fashion sequences in were right down the stairs from the Hassler Hotel where I stayed when I was in Rome. And I was looking at buildings and edifices that were thousands of years old, thinking to myself, Rome's not getting any younger. All the same color, basically, sort of an off brown. And yet, some of the great fashions I gathered at the time. A lot of big shoulders.
New hooks screaming down the street for your attention. If it don't get a second glance, I make you feel good when you dance. And it's no, and it's old, and the world could use new love. Laughter is part of what we're after, as we still looks at one another. Fashion is roaring in the rafters, Looking down its nose at a Horton shaft gun. New looks screaming down the street for your attention. If it don't get a second glance, I'll make you feel good when you dance. And it's no, and it's oh, and the word.
In fact, it's right up those steps that the house or hotel is. Right at the end of that. That's where I was staying.
Whoa, Mom!
Hey, Mom, looking good.
Okay, let's go. We ready to conquer Rome? What do you say?
A little bit of Marcel Marceau ended up being that thing Michael Jackson did.
Okay, I'll be right out and we'll hit the fountains.
Now, here we go. Here's Eric again, willing to take anything. And then, of course, we had to practice these things very carefully. Why he isn't living today as much as I am is beyond me.
No problem at all. Hey, it's you, the guy from London. You're the American I ran into.
Yeah. Hey. So what are you doing in Rome?
On sick leave. You know, a little
Sick
holiday
leave.
recovering. You still on holiday with the kids?
Oh, yeah, we're here. We're just been out shopping, and,
Oh, nice choice.
Yeah, they're right. Hey, kids, look who it is. Say hi.
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 Oh, my God, you got a cast on your leg.
Oh, this? Oh, think nothing of it. Hardly matters at all. It's just a big sock, really.
Oh, that's pretty nice of you. I feel pretty bad about that. Well, at least I can do is give you a hand here.
No, thanks.
Aren't you going to your hotel here?
No, my hotel's over there. Goodbye. Have a nice holiday.
Okay.
Well, he's not out of it yet.
Okay, this is the Piazza Navona.
Jack.
See what I mean about the color of Rome?
Most fabulous squares in Rome.
It's not getting any younger. And yet, it's quite beautiful.
Going home soon enough. We just have a few more fountains to see, and then the Colosseum.
Daddy, I don't want to see the Coliseum. I want to see Jack.
Sweetie, Jack will always be there.
Well, the Coliseum will always be there. The Coliseum's been there for 2,000 years. But if I don't go home soon, Jack's
I do have that jacket.
then I'll just die.
Oh, Audrey, don't you want to see the Colosseum before you die?
I hate you, Audrey.
Dad, I'll meet you guys later at the hotel.
I've been wondering what that jacket in my closet was from. I know. It's 17 years old.
Go.
Now, just a minute here. We're going to be leaving the day after tomorrow. We just have these last few moments together as a family. Can we do that?
Oh, God, Dad, we've been together every second for the last 2 weeks.
Try 3 months.
And by the way, I've been good. I haven't complained or tried to escape. So why can't you just treat me like a man for once?
Because you're not a man, Russ.
I am, too. I'm 15 years old, a world traveler. I've got a part-time job. I need my independence.
Wait a minute. If he's going, I'm going. Now, just a minute, Clark. Why don't we give the kids some free time?
Okay, sure. Let them go. They're just a couple of ingrates, that's all.
They're not ingrates. They're teenagers.
Dad, how about my allowance?
Clark, I have my passport. Just a minute. Audrey, Rusty, Clark. Let's all settle down and try to be reasonable.
Again, we get to the sort of a lascivious section of the film, but it's part of the plot.
Oh, my God!
Beverly is a great comedian.
I don't believe this. This is the most humiliating thing you've ever done to me. This is the last straw, Clark.
Now, don't get mad at me. It's not my fault they stole the camera.
You promised you were going to erase it.
I did. I was going to erase it. The guy, he stole the camera.
This is the lowest, the worst.
I don't know who overplays it more, me or Jim Carrey.
Where are you going? We have to be at the Colosseum at 2 p.m.
I'm going back to the hotel.
We didn't vote on that, did we, hon?
Oh, forget your vote. I'm seceding from the Union. I'm forming my own government, and I'm declaring war on you.
She'll be back. She knows I didn't do it on purpose.
I don't blame her, Dad.
Yeah, it's not even a good likeness, is it?
She looks great there, which is what Bev would
I
like.
guess it's just you and me, Audrey. Audrey?
Now, that happens to be Frank Zappa's daughter, Moon Unit. Very funny, talented, delightful girl who's now quite a bit taller, older.
You are really bellissimo also.
You're not too shabby yourself.
You speak English?
Sure, I'm from California.
All right, I'm from Chicago. Hey, you want to scarf some grimace proportions?
Sure.
So what are you doing in Rome?
Traveling through Europe with my folks.
Yeah, me too. We want to...
Pig in the Poke. I know. I saw the show.
You saw the show?
Sure. You answered the Thomas Edison question when your dad car wax.
You remembered?
Yeah, I thought you were cute.
You thought I was cute.
Finally, there's one of them.
And she's alone.
Now, let's get that guy out of the trunk.
Too many people here. We'll move the car first. I'll get the keys from her. Hello, Ellen Griswold.
The making of the first vacation occurred very shortly after my wedding to my wife, Janie, to whom I've been married for almost 20 years. And Janie was on the first vacation as a production secretary, I believe. She had been a production coordinator on an earlier picture I'd done. And Beverly and I just became really close friends. She was hilarious, very funny girl, and it was purely acting. Although we really do love each other. We're like, I feel like a father or a brother or whatever that is, brother and sister with Bev. And to this day, we keep in contact all the time. And it's not hard to play as if, you know, we were husband and wife, as if we loved each other, because we do. Not in the same way that Princess Goldie and I loved each other. It's a different kind of a relationship, because Bev she's very, very funny. And I just love people who are funny.
Vabbè, è stata una disgrazia, signore. Vabbè, non rimedio io, piano piano. Che fa?
And then I rolled over onto the floor and I started going, and I was completely naked. Well, not completely naked. I mean, I had on a towel, but he promised me he'd erase that. He promised me he'd erase it.
And Janie, too, loves her, because Janie is the consummate laugher.
I thought this was going to be...
And she'd keep the crew in stitches, Beverly. When I wouldn't hold up my end, she'd hold up her end.
What we should have done is left the children with...
But, you know, just totally acting, and I learned a great deal about, quote, just acting from Bev.
I'm sorry. I go to my room now. I'm going to throw up.
Even recently, when Beverly had twins, I've sort of acted as a kind of a godfather to a certain extent. Being there and seeing her while she was pregnant, after she had the twins. I feel very close to her. And this girl, too, Moon, is one of the brightest kids.
Do the right thing.
She's no longer a kid.
Parents, I mean, who really cares? Because they don't know the difference between what's cool and what's not, so you can just put everything on hold, right?
Well, you really got a great way at looking at stuff.
Thanks.
You know, I'm really having a great time.
Me too.
God, imagine coming all the way to Rome to meet someone from California.
Really?
More often than not, I tend to forget names. I remember faces, but you meet so many people and different crew people, and there are just a few with whom you develop a relationship that lasts a lifetime. And I mean, for instance, one is a makeup man that I've had for many years, and another is my stunt double. But not as close a relationship as with Lee Harmon, the makeup man, who wasn't on this picture, to be honest with you. He started on Funny Farm, first time I got to know him. But with Beverly, it's the same with Randy. I mean, I wish Randy had been in this picture, but or Eric, you know. But with Beverly, that's a very rare thing. I've made almost 30 movies, and I have only come away with a few very close friendships that you'd know would last for the rest of my life, and this is one of them. She's still just as funny and just as sharp, and probably feels somewhat, on the one hand, that it's propitious for her that she was cast as Ellen, on the other hand, that she's been typecast in movies as that person when she's really quite a consummate actress.
We got a score to settle, and you know what I mean. So if you want to try and salvage the last shred of friendship that exists between us, you'll do me this favor. Yeah, I want you to book me on a Pan Am flight out of Rome into Chicago today. Yeah, I'll hold. Bitch.
In any case, I mean, she's Beverly's in my relationship. Goldie's in my relationship. Lee Harmon, as I mentioned, my makeup man, and a few people over the years. After all of those pictures, Randy Quaid, there are a few that have really stuck. So that is a rarity. We know exactly what we're going to do. If we're making a vacation movie, we know that you could give us a couple of guppies for children, and we'd still know exactly how to play the Clark and Ellen Griswold family. And we'd laugh more off camera than any two actors I can think of. During Vegas Vacation, for instance, where I spent 3 months at the Mirage Hotel in Las Vegas, Beverly and I were having a blast. It was hilarious. Just the two of us. We actually had a fun, well, I can't. Now here is a funny thing happened. As I'm driving, at one point I'm being towed. When you see a shot of me, I'm being towed by a stunt driver with a truck, and the camera's on the truck. And you'll see that.
Hey, Dad, there's the Coliseum!
Well, God, I've been talking so much. What about you? What are your parents like?
Well, there's really not that much to say. They're just like normal parents.
Some shots where you can see the driver from the outside are made with the cameras actually mounted on the car. Other shots, which are closer shots, usually require more lights. Shots like that are usually towed shots, where the car is simply towed by a truck with cameras and lights on the back of the truck.
What happened? Oh, not much. Mom's been kidnapped.
I remember purposely coming up with that line in the post-production.
Excuse me. There's a man in the truck.
What?
This I didn't enjoy. Believe me. I haven't been called upon to do a lot of pratfalls and stuff lately.
Take my hand!
I believe Eric, we find Eric again in here. He's willing to do anything.
Where are you? You bastard! Come here! Come here! What the? Hello. Oh, hello. Still on holiday, are you? Yeah, geez, I'm sorry. I'm looking for somebody else. Oh, no problem. I'm used to it. Good luck. Look out. I'll get him.
I remember feeling that this fountain also contained every germ in Italy. We all felt whenever we had to step in a fountain that we were in grave danger of contracting something, but of course it never happened.
I love you, Sparky. You're my hero.
I know.
Your parents are actually pretty cool.
Yeah, they're good for a few laughs sometimes.
I'm sure that's what they were saying in the theater.
We go home.
that little stuff that, for me, is the most fun to do. Little physical stuff. This sort of annoyed me, the idea that we would actually... I guess there's no point in my talking anymore.
Look.
Hey, kids! Look, the Statue of Liberty!
Great. Oh, I never thought I'd be so glad to see the Statue of Liberty.
Me either. Boy, you know, the great thing about traveling is you really learn to appreciate coming home, huh? I gotta go.
I never realized how much I've missed America.
That America's missed the Griswolds too, honey.
That happens to be my stand-in, that guy who played the pilot.
Yep, the Griswolds are back.
I don't think comedy's more salacious or less salacious. I do think we went through a period in the Reagan-Bush years that called for a kind of a political correctness that made it more difficult to do stuff on Saturday Night Live. I wasn't on it, but I mean, it would have made it more difficult to do the kinds of things that we were doing when I first was on that show. Well, this has been fun watching the movie with you. This is Chevy Chase. I hope you'll see the other Vacations. And while you're at it, remember, only you can prevent forest fires.